What's going on, everyone? I'm Rob Lipsett, and I was like, and what am I? What am I? Okay, right.
Wait, who am I?
Yeah, who? I'm Rob Lipsett. Okay, we'll go again. 1, 2, 3. What's going on, everyone? I'm Rob Lipsett. I'm a fitness YouTuber from Dublin, Ireland, and you're listening to EVERFORWARD Radio.
By the time this goes live, almost 2 years since I was just telling everybody that we met me down in my hotel in Ireland. I was there on my honeymoon, so shout out to May for, hey, babe, I know we're here on our honeymoon. I got to go duck out and do an interview real quick.
Priorities.
Seriously. So mad respect to her. But yeah, welcome back, man. 2 years almost.
It's good to be back, and it really doesn't even seem like 2 years. Like that. It's crazy when you're doing so much and you got a lot of projects going on, like time really just does fly. It's insane.
I mean, we made the joke earlier of do you even live in Ireland anymore? Because your life, your projects, your travel has just been amazing.
Yeah.
What has stood out to you the most over the past 2 years to where you're like, wow, I can't, like, how did I get here?
Yeah, I think there's been a few things. So, like, just some videos that I've got going that are always continuing to blow up and grow and get more people, to my channel.
Yeah.
Things like my app, my book, they're just like doing their own thing. And it's just really, I put so many systems in place now that I really feel free at the moment. And so the last 2 years, I've just been really enjoying life, traveling a lot and kind of like broadening spiritually and kind of starting to think deeper and stuff. Yeah.
So you're at a point now where it sounds like you have done a lot of the work to allow yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm no doubt you still have work to attend to, but you're enjoying life a lot more now.
Absolutely. So I often talk about when you're starting a business, it starts the hardest, okay? And you got to lay those foundations. So for like 3 years, like 2014, 15, and 16, I didn't go out. I had no people working for me. I had no systems in place, no passive income, even though passive income doesn't really exist. You still got to keep it going over, but things come a little bit easier now.
There's no such thing, really, technically.
Yeah, it really isn't. But the first 3 years are laying the foundations, working your ass off, not traveling much at all. Yeah. And then once you've laid that foundation, then you can afford to enjoy life a little bit more. But there's always going to be a bit of a push at the start. It's like, you can't just go straight to the top. You can't just be the CEO of a company straight away.
You're like shitting on my dreams right now.
Unless
what do you
you're
mean?
born into the royal family. That's what I always say. Or the Kardashians.
True.
Then,
absolutely.
But yeah, so the last 2 years, I'm just really happy with how things are going.
Awesome, man. What's your biggest thing on the cusp of, you think? Because I know someone like you always have a lot of projects going, right?
Yeah.
You said, books, apps,
the
coaching, the gym, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are they all part of a bigger kind of vision, or are they all just little separate entities? What's the next thing for you?
Oh, yeah. So the vision, it's been the same since day one. I want to be the number one name in fitness. That's it. That's the goal. That's the target.
I love
at the top,
man.
And I think once you have your clear vision, whatever it may be, it's like, hey, look, I may never get there, but that's still the goal. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's like once you have your clear vision of where you want to be, I think you just get that tunnel vision and things become a lot easier. It's a lot easier to focus on that. So everything comes into that. The gyms, the app, the meal prep company, the book, the YouTube channel, everything. And that all comes back to helping people get fitter, healthier, happier lives, So
who are some of the people that helped you along your way? Because I'm sure you didn't just wake up and know how to do all these things. I'll make sure to link the first interview down in the show notes below. But I mean, I love how you were in the beginning, taping your iPhone up against the wall for your YouTube videos. And some classic stories in there. You got to go back and listen to the last episode. Yeah. But who are some of the people? You've been talking about systems. What were some of the systems? Who were some of the people that really helped kind of guide you to really be shooting for that number one spot?
For sure. So actually, your brother, he was someone that I followed even before I started YouTube.
Absolutely,
He's definitely someone, an inspiration of mine.
Wait, he does YouTube?
Him and Christian, who I'm so lucky to call close friends now.
You just were in Houston.
Yeah, I was just sleeping on Max's couch.
I'll be there next weekend.
It's a great couch. But so people like that, the people who I would watch on YouTube before I started, they inspired me to start. And I noticed no one in Ireland was doing this, so I was okay, I'm going to give it a crack. So people like that, my app developers, there's actually a whole team of them in New Zealand that they work with loads of fitness professionals and they help scale their fitness business. So I get a lot of mentoring from them.
Awesome.
The original founder of Raw Gyms, who also helped me open up the Raw Gyms Academy, the academy to teach personal trainers. To certify them, John Kenron's is his name. He's like we call him Gym Dad. He's like the father of Raw. Everyone just loves him. Him. And then, you know, my mother as well, my family members. And then, you know, I've got a few close friends in Dublin that help guide me a lot as well. My best friend's an accountant, so that helps a lot.
That's always very important.
It is, yeah. So
I need to make an accountant best friend.
Yeah. So I'm surrounded by good people, and I'm really grateful for that.
Have you found that along your journey of growing projects and scaling, succeeding, has that community gotten smaller at all? Has it gotten bigger? Has it gotten more specific?
Yeah, it's definitely gotten smaller, more specific, and I definitely don't have, like, on my Facebook, I think I've got like 3,000 friends at it. It's like, I don't have 3,000 friends. I think I've like got like 5, 10 friends. But you know, your
anybody who can handle 3,000 friends, like,
yeah.
I want to know how. Because that's just, you know, something I don't.
Exactly. But yeah, no, your circle definitely do get smaller, and you're very selective with who you give your time to, you know, because there's only so many hours in the day.
Absolutely. And one thing I love about you is, like, it's all still kind of like in the same industry, I'll say, but your circle spills over into a lot of other circles.
Yes.
And shortly after our last interview, when Conor McGregor was doing his fight and stuff, I saw you just on all of his content and like going to the fight and shit in Vegas. I was like, bro, well, I mean, two Irishmen, I guess, but like, you know, that's the point I'm trying to make, I guess, is once you begin to do something really well and your circle begins to kind of come together on that, other people in similar circles, you know, I think they begin to notice that. And it's like, hey, like, I kind of got a good little group going on over here, but they got a cool thing going on over there. And that's what I love about this industry, you know?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Fitness, health, wellness. It's like, in my opinion, it's been pretty inclusive.
Oh, yeah, it's been awesome. And people are always like, you know, they talk about like, oh, LA is full of, you know, dickheads, right? Can I curse on this podcast?
There are a lot
whatever,
of dickheads.
You know, a lot of assholes, whatever. And I'm like, all the people that I've done business with or networked with are all great people. You know, I've met the coolest people being in this industry. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Chase Tuning.
Yeah, he's all right. He's like
the only one that comes to mind right now. But
yeah, he's all right.
Let's talk about where you are right now. I think is super pertinent. And you got something coming up that we'll get to.
Yep.
Coming up, you know, next month. Well, by the time this goes live, it'll be good.
Awesome.
Being at a point where you are now, to where the quote here, passive income, but to where you can travel and enjoy life a little bit more. Yep. Are you able to really do that? Because again, passive is not really passive. Yep. You have things in place to allow things to work, but you know, can you travel and can you enjoy life and not have to worry about like, hey, let me go check on this. Let me like do all the grunt work that you're so used to all those years building it up. Yeah,
absolutely. So there's never actually a day off. There's never a day. There hasn't been a day in over 3 years where I haven't posted content. Be it on anything, be it like an IG story, an IG post, a YouTube video, you know, Facebook, Twitter, or all of them.
Wasn't there one time I think you were with my brother in Miami? Hold on, I gotta call you out of that. Because Max was so proud of that, like, we're ruining Rob's streak. Like you lost your phone or some shit. Or, I was like, wait a second, that's not right.
I knew this was going. Okay, so I'm not even joking. 3 years, I have never gone 24 hours without posting on Instagram. It's a thing. When it turns 11 o'clock, all my followers are like, Rob, where's the daily post? What's going on? Are you okay? And there's one time, me and Max, oh my God.
It was Miami, right?
It was in Miami. Yeah. We went hard all weekend. Okay, phone, wallet, passport, gone, right? Okay, and I was...
That vlog, by the way, was like watching The Hangover Miami edition.
It literally was.
You guys were like Walking Dead in the lawns in the neighborhoods. What is going on?
It was a massacre. And yeah, if anyone knows 11 Miami, I think that's where my phone is. So if you can have a look for it. But yeah, that was the one day that I couldn't post on social.
Okay, so we got the one.
We got the one, but no, it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
So
the phone was literally gone.
Team no days off, but maybe team less work right now. Yeah, at least.
Team 1 day off in 3 years. But no, like on a real one, you know, I've been just posting as much content daily for the last 3 years, and that's what it takes. I think I saw something yesterday Gary Vee spoke about. He's like 100 pieces of content a day, be it like, you know, 20 Insta stories or 2 posts, a YouTube video, just something. He's like, try aim for that 100 piece. I know. Like he probably just said 100 because the number, and like it's something to aim for. But it's like that's the currency nowadays. Yeah, that is just the currency, you know. And you just got to be posting so much. And when I see people and they've got big followings and they're not utilizing that, I'm like, oh my God, you got to get on it. And like, even when I don't post enough on my YouTube channel, because YouTube is without doubt the hardest one to produce content. Like, it's not like posting a picture. You're posting.
It takes a lot more time.
You're posting,
right?
I always say, because like you record in 60 frames per second, it's like posting 60 pictures a second. So it's 60 times harder than Instagram. So YouTube's a tough one.
I don't math good, and I know that's spot on. Yeah,
yeah, there you go. So when I'm not posting enough on my YouTube channel, I actually get like down about it. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? I get like, I feel like I'm not working hard enough, and I'm like, oh, I need to utilize that. So yeah, if nowadays, if you've got even a decent following, or even anything, or even if you've got a phone and you've got a business that you want to start, and you're not utilizing social media, it's just like, well, what else are you going to do? You can put an ad in the newspaper, or on the side of a bus. See how that goes.
But do you think that's maybe this is like a personal thing I'm going through right now? I feel this kind of like obligation sometimes, and to pick it up, and to look and to post and to comment, all these things. And even now I know now more so than ever, it really is a big part of like my job and just daily living.
Yep.
Do you ever feel that like obligation? How do you handle it? Do you ever not put it down? I know you're on a hot streak, years in a row, but do you ever battle with the kind of the duality, the dichotomy really of, do I have to just stay tethered to this thing?
Yeah, absolutely. And Linda can vouch for that. Like, there's days where she's like, hey, let's just watch a movie, wind down, and I'm just relaxing there for a second. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to post. I like drop everything, run to the laptop.
Probably scaring her half to death.
Yeah, she's like, what is this? And like, I'd be there, like we were like driving here. It's like, I'd have like the phone hotspotting to the laptop and downloading a video in the back of the car.
That's the next level stuff. I don't know about that yet.
You're always on, but I love it. I love content creation. I love social media. Can it wreck your head? Some people, yes, definitely. I think I'm quite well suited to it with my personality type. Like, I don't find it like, I see people taking like social media detoxes. I don't feel I need that. Like, I just post my stuff. I don't like scroll for hours endlessly. I like check up on my friends. That's it. But no, you are tethered to it. But I used to be tethered to a desk in an office environment 9 to 6 hours a day. So I always just use that as a bit of perspective.
That's an amazing analogy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just a different ball and chain, really.
Yeah. I think I'm very appreciative of it, and yourself and Max as well, actually, because we come from that, 9 to 5, or I actually worked 9 to 6. That extra hour killed me.
That's right.
But I come from that. I've done all that. Monday to Friday, working for someone else, which is absolutely fine if you enjoy it, but I did not enjoy it. And so I can use that to compare to my life now. I'm so happy with how things are going now. So I'm like really, really appreciative of it. Whereas some people who maybe they just like start off on social media and they blow up quickly, they can sometimes take it for granted.
What do you think people are doing wrong in social media right now? Like, and take that as you will. Like, wrong meaning, like wrong ways to grow, wrong ways to monetize, wrong ways to engage. Just, interpret that as you will. Where do you see people using social media incorrectly? Yeah.
Okay. First things that come to my head are, one, integrity. They're posting BS products that they don't believe in. That's just never. That's the short term. Like, you may get a.
Oh, nice I got some skinny tea for us here. You want some skinny tea?
Yeah, it's
you actually pour the skinny tea into your fat blasting belt.
You inject it.
It's a double whammy.
Yeah,
exactly.
But so that, you're playing your short term. Instead of like posting these crappy products, why don't you like focus on building up a big community that really trusts what you say, and working with brands and people that you love working with, yourself included. Hey. So that, I think not having fun and enjoying it, and kind of like worrying a little bit too much about what you're posting. Like, just make it natural. Like, if you want to make a video on a travel vlog, but you're a fitness YouTuber like me, just make it. Like, people are kind of worrying about too much about how their audience might react instead of just enjoying it. And I think you can see straight through that. Like, I think when you see I call it forced content. You can see when it's forced, and it's kind of like the person isn't really
feel it, right?
You can feel it. Like, there's a weird vibe in a vlog or something that the person doesn't really want to be doing it. So I think enjoying making content, it shows, and people can tell. And if people see you like loving life, like doing your vlogs, like, we're in the gym today, I'm making this bowl of protein oats. It's like, I've never seen a guy get so excited about protein oats. But people
you get
see
that excited about everything.
Oh yeah, that's true. But people see that and they're like, awesome, this guy's loving what he's doing. I'm going to click subscribe. So I think forced content and integrity are something that people need to focus on when they want to do social media right.
What what do you think it's going to look like in the near future? 'Cause I think the past, let's say like 3-4 years, like 4 years.
Yeah.
I would say, some people might even say, I think I've even heard Gary Vee say, like, we're in a little bit of kind of like a social media bubble.
Yeah.
In a sense of like, a lot of people are hitting it, a lot of people are going in and kind of maximizing the potential. And traditional, with most bubbles or high saturated markets, you know, eventually they'll kind of like max out,
Yeah.
below their load.
Yeah. I love the analogy, blow their load. This isn't over 18s rated podcast.
We'll put it explicit on this one. But, you know, someone who does it so much and has done it for so long, have you kind of had some foresight as to like, all right, this is where I think it's going to go, or at least maybe this is where I want my social media to go?
Yeah. This, I actually had this conversation yesterday. So at the moment, this is just today's medium, okay? It used to be newspaper, then like radio, and then TV, you know, like TV kill the radio star, whatever that song is.
She's like so amazed that you know like a that you know that
song. So it was like TV, and now it's social media. Social media's taken over TV. So I think the next one's going to be like virtual reality. I actually think it's going to be like VR headsets or something like that.
I don't know how much you have seen yet driving around LA, but there are a lot of like VR billboards and stuff. And there's even, I forget the mall around here, but you can actually go in. I thought it was a movie theater, but no, you put on the goggles and it's like this 4D experience. You can be like underwater. You can be walking with the dinosaurs. What? Yeah.
I think so. Apart from fitness and travel, I'm very, very interested in technology, artificial intelligence, all that, and like, you know, even like what's going to happen in the future. How will the world end? You know, I love watching those videos. And so I think VR is going to be the next one. And I think it's going to be like, do you watch Black Mirror?
Oh my gosh,
It's my favorite show. Favorite show. So I think we're going to have like chips. You know, chips. We're going to have something in the eyes. But this is like very far away.
Like implants like in the temple. You just like phone call.
I'm so interested by that. But so I think that's going to be the next step. Like we are just turning into robots. We're turning into machines pretty much. But in terms of like, you know, the next couple of years with social media, I'm sure there will be a new platform that emerges. Like Facebook will probably make it. You know, they've Instagram and everything.
They probably already have it. They just haven't released it yet.
Yeah, they're just waiting out. There'll be a new platform, but I don't really think too much about that because it's like I actually first started out on Facebook. Okay, like Instagram and YouTube and vlogging wasn't as popular. I made a Facebook page. It was the first piece of social media I ever did.
I think it's what most people did.
Yeah, exactly. And it never got past 30,000 likes. Now, like, you know, my Instagram's over 500,000, YouTube's well over 400,000. So it's like, did I give up just because Facebook wasn't hot? Did Facebook, you know, kind of faded off? No. I just roll on to whatever's hot. You know, so it's like, I'm just going to keep adapting and rolling with it. So if another platform comes up and Instagram crashes in the morning, I'll be like, cool. Follow me over here, guys. You know, so I'm always just rolling with it.
I got plan B on the side.
Exactly. I'm interested to see where it'll go. But yeah, something new definitely will pop up, and I can't wait for it.
I think that's amazing, and I think the only people who are successful in doing that in terms of having multiple platforms, because a lot of people say, hey, just go deeper where you already got something good going, right? Like, I love video, so I'll stick to YouTube. I'm good with captions and posts. I'll do IG. You've got all these irons in the fire, so to speak. And I think people who are successful in doing that, it's only because they know why. It's not like they're just creating all this random different stuff and just hoping something sticks, but they're finding just unique ways to share their message and their why, their vision, just on various platforms. I'm going to still deliver the same end result, but you might just watch me, you might listen to me, you might read me, kind of thing. What is that for you? Like, what is the Rob Lipsett vision? We talked about your dream of being #1 fitness in the world, but like, what is that personal drive, that personal why that shines through in no matter what the platform?
Yeah, I just love actually connecting with people all over the world, like be it in person or online. It just hypes me up. Like yesterday I was in Gold's Gym, some guy from the UK and another guy from Germany came up to me and they were like, oh, Rob, I love your videos, let's get a picture. And I was just like, thank you so much. I was like, that's so insane.
Such a polite lad.
Like, no, but I was like, I'm in California and like Germans and English people, like that's worldwide. Like, it just blows my mind, and it really makes me feel fulfilled. And then on the online side of things, I get the nicest messages, like people saying they lost like 100 pounds from watching my macros videos and my full day
literally
eating.
Changing
They're
lives.
like obese and depressed. Like literally, I get these regularly, okay? Or even people just saying like, hey, you know, I got more confidence, just I built some muscle, blah, blah, blah. And that is the best part about my job. That is the best. The nicest messages in the world, and in person and online. And sure, you get hate, but that doesn't even, it's just stupid. It's just like people it's like kids that are
That's
bored.
how you know you're really
It's
succeeding.
Like, yeah,
isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
You're not really succeeding unless you have haters.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. You're always, it's just a, matter of numbers. Like if you reach 100 people, one of them will have something mean to say. But that's fine. Like the nice messages just trump out the bad ones. And I'm just really grateful for that. That's like my why, how I do it.
Beautiful, man. I mean, something we've sort of kind of talked about. I mean, you really got your start, and I would say continue to make your bread and butter in your spice of life through fitness.
Yeah.
What does your fitness world look like right now? How are you training? How are you eating? How are you balancing, all of these things and still looking good, feeling good? Yeah.
So, of course, this year, I think this year is the most I will have ever traveled in my whole life, which is amazing. I think travel, that's one thing I've been thinking about recently as well. I think travel is probably the experiences are the best thing you can spend your money on, not material items.
Cheers to that.
I really truly believe that, Do I love sports cars and, expensive stuff? Yes, but I don't think it's the best thing you spend your money on. And been thinking about that, and I'm like, the best thing you can spend your money on is obviously investments, that goes without saying. But then travel and experiences, I think, is the best. But sorry, wait, what was the question?
Are you working out on all this travel stuff? What's the fitness side about
it? Okay, so like I said, I'm traveling
His
more
mind
than
was
ever.
traveling during that question.
So I'm traveling more than ever, so I really have to say to myself, okay, how do I stay in shape?
Yeah.
How do I hit the gym constantly? And so I've my routine has changed because I'm traveling so much. So I do a lot of intermittent fasting.
Okay.
Apart from when Linda wants breakfast. She loves breakfast.
I love breakfast.
She's
so
ruining my intermittent
yeah.
fasting hype. But so I do a lot of intermittent
fast
fasting.
between breakfast and lunch. That's what I'll do.
Yeah. We actually do that. So yeah, exactly. Like, so bigger, less frequent meals.
Okay.
And so like, if you're snacking all day while traveling, those calories are going to add up. There's going to be very little protein in that. So just like 2 to 3 big solid meals to hit your macros a day.
Yeah.
That allows you to eat out as well. So that, and then just getting in a workout whenever I can. If I know I'm only going to be in the gym 3 times that week, I'm doing 3 full body workouts. If I know I'm going to be doing in the gym 4 or 5 times that week, I'll usually go upper, lower. But usually when everything's on point, and for example, just there, I was not traveling around. I was just in Venice for a week. I was training goals every day, and I did 6 days per week, legs push pull, and then I'll do like a long walk every day. So yeah. Usually I try to get like 12,000 steps in, and I don't do too much formal cardio because like I walk a lot and that have a high activity level. But I'll do some Stairmaster if I'm feeling a little bit
feeling
soft in water.
Yeah,
feeling that plain food. So yeah, that's basically how it looks.
It's just
like
bloating, right? It's sodium and bloating.
It's not body fat. It's just sodium. But so yeah, obviously traveling around and trying to stay on top of everything. Your fitness life does take a hit, but you just got to be smart about it, and you can definitely stay on top of it.
Someone who has the experience in traveling and staying stationary and nutrition and fitness, I'm sure you've reached a point now where you can pay attention to your body, right?
Yeah.
You kind of know, like, all right, I need more of this, less of that. To someone, because we have a lot of people listen and watching who, the fitness and nutrition stuff is really, really important to them where they are on their journey right now. Let's say they travel a lot or they don't have the ability to do the 5-6 days a week. What would you say is something that someone should go deeper on right now to like really make their overall health and wellness more of a priority? Okay,
the biggest thing I've worked with over the years, thousands of individuals, like just so many. And the most common mistake that I've actually seen is people focusing too much on like timing and like certain magic foods, right? Just it's about what you eat in the entire day. Okay, just focus on that. If you can nail that down, if you can get your protein and total calories, not even macros, you can change up carbs and fats a little bit. If you get protein and total calories down each day, you will see results, and if you're consistent with that. And that's so easy to focus on when you actually think about it. Like, instead of worrying about, have to eat a meal at first thing of the day to stoke the metabolic furnace, I have to get the 15-minute anabolic window.
That's so 2012, bro.
It's so 2012. All that. People are, I have to have this supplement just at this time, right? Just focus on your total calories and protein intake for the day. That is my nutrition advice. Obviously, eat plenty of whole nutrient-dense foods. But in terms of like body composition, seeing results, I think that's a really simple place to start. Yeah. And then in terms of exercise, I would say weight train or resistance train at least 3 times per week. That could be full body, barbell movements, or an upper lower split. I think everyone can weight train 3 to 4 times a week.
Absolutely.
I just think they can make, I just do. It doesn't even have to be an hour long. It could be 45 minutes.
Oh, you'd be amazed. People would be amazed at the results you can see and feel.
Yeah.
By 3 times a week, total body.
Yeah.
Condense it down. If you don't have a lot of time, that's almost
Stick
even
to
better.
compound movements, get strong,
Yeah.
Build a good foundation. So they are my 2 most simple tips for someone with a crazy busy schedule is going to be focus on what you eat in the entire day and weight train at least 3 times a week. That's it.
Hit the weights, absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you currently working towards on your physique? Are you in like a maintenance mode, or you got any big physique composition goals, or what's going on?
Yeah. So we were talking about this before. I'm not going to say the magazine.
All right.
I'll wait for that. But I am on the cover of a magazine for August. So I did that shoot in June.
Yeah.
So I cut down for that. And again, I was traveling. I was in Australia at the time where I was doing an expo with Ghost.
Yeah.
And so that was tough, but we still got down. I'm delighted with how the photos came out. And so after that was at the beginning of summer, start of June. So after that, I was like, all right, summertime, let's chill.
I'm done now.
I'm done. So I've just been looking to maintain, maintain my abs, maintain a good physique that I'm comfortable with and that I can sustain, and that also looks good. But after that shoot, I was like, okay, now I'm going to enjoy life a little bit more. Yeah, and like, it's great. You got to enjoy life. You got to enjoy your summer. But for me, in the business I'm in, I got to stay in good shape. As that's what I got to practice what you preach, And it's funny that my coaching, my app, my book, it will sell more when I'm in shape, even though like the information's the same.
It's always still
like
good.
The information's the same,
Man.
Like my knowledge hasn't increased or decreased depending on my body fat percentage. But people, it's just how it goes.
It's the psychology, I guess.
It's psychology.
Yeah.
People see a guy in shape and they're like, all right, he must know what he does.
Yeah.
But so I definitely got to stay in shape for that.
How did that happen? I'm sure a big goal for a lot of people still is like, I want to not only just do it for me, but I want to make it a career, right?
Yeah.
I want to be on the magazine cover. I want to have the social media growth. I want to work towards this goal, but then also explore all the other opportunities that comes with that. I guess is an expectation of it, maybe. How did all this kind of come to be for you? Was it just focusing on yourself and then other people came and found you?
Yeah.
Or were you kind of making a point to make that part of like your workflow?
Yeah, so like I was saying at the start, I always have that one clear vision, kill it in the fitness game. And it's like once you just set your sights on that, then opportunities will come to you. So we spoke about this in the last podcast, of course, but it's been 2 years, so I'll give it a little refresher.
There we go.
I was useless in school, but always good at rugby. So that's what got me first into exercising, really. And not only I was good at rugby, but I actually liked the training more, like the conditioning. You go out into the field, you flip
the work
tires,
necessary to get to the rugby.
Exactly. In the weights room, you'd all be down there first thing in the morning before school. I'd love that. And so when I finished school, I played a little bit of rugby. But then I ended up giving that up and focusing just on fitness and weight training and learning more about my diet and stuff. So that's what first got me into the gym.
Okay.
And then I gave college a go. I was useless at it. Was never an academic person. So that was a fail. I repeated first year twice, failed, and I was like, I'm literally going nowhere.
I'm out.
So I was
not only am I
like,
not going anywhere, I'm doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, I was like, this is the definition of spinning your wheels. And then so there was a point in my life where I was just like, I was staying in this weird accommodation place, and I was just playing video games all day. And
didn't you got robbed or something?
Oh,
or was it your laptop
exactly.
and everything got stolen?
It was like a student accommodation thing, and people would come up and you'd just be strangers in the house, and you're like, oh your shit will get stolen. So that's not good when you're trying to be a YouTuber. But anyways, so I was just like, all right, what am I doing? I have no jobs lined up. I don't have anyone to give me a job. I have no college degree. I was like, what do you like to do?
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah.
Got no food.
Yeah.
Got no money.
I was like, right, what do you like to do? And I was like, I like lifting weights.
Yeah.
Biggest meathead answer ever, but that's the truth.
I like picking up heavy things. Put them back down.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, you know what? Why don't you make a career out of that? And I always say to people this day, what do you like to do? And they'll say anything. They'll say, train spotting, collecting cards.
Train spotting. Never in a million years would I pick that. It's like
it's a European thing. It's a European thing.
It's a great movie though.
Yeah. It's an actual hobby though. But anything, okay, whatever you love to do, you do that because you're going to be really good at it.
Yeah.
You're going to be really good at it, okay? And so I loved to do fitness. I loved weight training. I loved learning more and more about nutrition. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to focus in on that. Okay, that is going to be my focus for the next 5 to 10 years, if not more. And so that's exactly what I did. I started a Facebook page, started writing statuses as articles, I started posting about my progress, and people just, they gravitated towards that because they're like, whoa, this guy really is passionate about what he does. Yeah. And that's so good to see. Like, do you ever see someone that's like really passionate about what they do? And you're like, hell yes.
Even if it's,
I love to
like,
see
I have
it.
no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't care about what you're talking about, but I love that you love talking about it.
Yes,
I love the passion.
It's refreshing to see someone passionate about what they do. I think everyone loves seeing that. And so that's was the case with me. And started out on Facebook, doing loads of posts, started getting clients, wrote a few ebooks. So that was like, it doesn't cost anything to write an ebook. You pay whatever graphic designer like $100 or whatever.
Especially if you're already putting out the content already. Just take all the work you're doing, put it in a little spot.
Exactly. So start selling them online, and then moved on to YouTube. And that's when things really started to go off.
Yeah.
I think video is very powerful because, like, with posts and pictures or text, you do get an idea of what they're like, but not really. You don't videos, you don't know what they sound like. You don't know what their body language is like. You don't. It's like you don't know what they sound like. So people probably watch my videos like, I hate this guy. How do we mute? But like, so people just get a much better idea of what you're like on video, and I think they connect with you more, and you build that community and you build that trust. And I always say as well. So people ask me, what's your most powerful platform for selling products, or getting people to go to an event or whatever? And I often say it's YouTube. Now, I may have more followers on Instagram, but there's something very powerful about looking the camera in the eye and saying to someone, yeah, exactly, be like, this is my event that's going on, or this is my new t-shirt line, and this is my new book. People see that and they're like, oh, there's actually, I'm not just putting in my credit card details in some random site online. There's actually, I can see who's doing this, So it creates that trust and therefore creates that sale. Yeah. So I think video is hugely powerful, and YouTube is probably my biggest conversion platform for sales.
Anybody watches a video with you and doesn't just like get addicted, what the hell's wrong with that?
Yeah, you gotta hit that red button, man. Hit that subscribe.
The first time I ever met you, even before, I think it was just like across the hall, I was like, holy shit, like I'm hype. Like this guy had like just love and zest for life. Like we need more of it.
Oh we do, and it's like refreshing to see, like I said, and I think it's like if you're doing what you love, you're pumped about it. Not only are you having a great time, everyone around you is going to have a great time. You're going to give everyone energy.
Absolutely.
And I think we need more of that.
Yeah. I want to go back, not to kind of like have you repeat yourself, but what you just spoke about speaks volumes to a big part of the message here on the show. And we talk about it with a lot of it just kind of comes up with a lot of people who come on the show, which tells me I'm getting the right people on because there's a theme here, right?
Awesome.
People struggle, I feel, so often, or more often than they should, with like finding their passion, or understanding that they do have a passion, or that they're skilled in something. And I love what you talked about, how you just kind of took that moment to pause and look and ask yourself, or maybe ask the people around you, what am I good at? What do I love doing when I wake up every day? Or what do I get the most excited about whenever I do it? Like, that is your passion.
Yeah.
And what I tell people is that most of the time you don't realize it because it's your norm. It's your ordinary, but it's extraordinary. It's not normal to a lot of other people. Yeah. Because if it was, then we would all be doing the same shit, right? True. So I have people walk through this all the time. Like, all right, just take inventory. Literally, all right, what do I get most excited about? Or ask people, hey, if you have a problem, do you come to me for advice, or do you come to me for training? Do you come to me for CPA work or whatever? That's your passion. That's your extraordinary gift. Yep. How would you say someone who is listening and they're like, well, screw you, Rob and Chase. Like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, what would you say to them, or watching? How would you kind of have them walk through that process that you did to help them figure out their passion? Yeah.
So I just like dig deep, and I'd be like, all right, okay, you don't know what you like doing. What did you do this week? Like, what was your day? And then you go through their week. And then be like, what did you like the most about that week? Yeah. It doesn't have to be something that you're like super passionate about. Just be like, what did you like the most about it? And then they say, whatever, I like, driving my car, whatever. I'd be like, all right, cars could be your passion, and then you just kind of dig on that. But I would just ask them that. I'd break it down really simply, be like, what did you do this week?
Yeah.
And then just try find something and put them in the right direction.
And that ties in so perfectly to, all like the coaching and fitness and nutrition.
Yep.
Before we go manipulating all the variables, we need to first understand what are the variables.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you not doing? What are you eating? What are you not eating? What are you passionate about? What are you just kind of like, meh?
Yeah, exactly. And again, so like on my app, you could take off, what foods you love, what foods you hate. And, again, you get your customized meal plan for that. And like, you have things in there, like you can have like Haribo in there for your carbs for a little bit, and it's like that thing that will actually make your diet a lot more sustainable and long-term. Obviously
because people are going back to it, right? They're consistent
exactly,
with it.
And that's like, I'm sure you know well about flexible dieting, the If Fits Your Macros approach, which I've been following for 6 years, if not more. And so,
about right.
And so that's great. And that kind of goes in, find your passion, find what diet you like, find what training plan you like. If it's CrossFit, all right, as long as you're doing it,
unfortunately for them.
Have at it. But, whatever it is that you love doing in life, training or nutrition, just you better like it, and so that's what makes you stick to it.
We've covered a lot, man. You're someone who has been in the trenches, school, job, and made your own self. We talked about your books, your app, your social media. And I asked you this question earlier, but just kind of tying it all in, what is the next thing? Like, you're pretty close to getting to that goal. I would say, number one, fitness, whatever. You're up there, right? In terms of like fitness influencers and things like that. But I guess what I'm really asking is, has that changed? Has that evolved as your platforms and contributions and content have evolved? Are you still tied to that kind of goal, or does it mean something? Does it look like something different to you right now?
Yeah, so that is always there. That's the main goal, but you can have other goals. And so one thing that I've started focusing on, I hadn't started this when I spoke to you, but so I started an agency called the Creator Agency.
That's right.
Yeah. And so that's been amazing. And so we've done, basically it's started as an events agency where I bring content creators and entrepreneurs together to speak about their journey.
It's like a summit, right? Like a live
summit,
event
exactly.
Kind of thing,
So I had Max on, Christian Guzman, he flew to Dublin for it. We did insane weekend. Like it was insane. Sean was there, everyone. It was nuts. So we've had 2 in Dublin, 1 in London. And so we get really cool people. Even like we had Conor McGregor's coach. We had like some top bloggers, speak at it. Amazing speakers. And so I want to do one big one this year. And I also have turned it into a content creation agency. And we did our first content creation trip last week or 2 weeks ago in Ibiza.
Meaning what exactly? Like
so
what does that mean?
I was like, okay, how do I get paid to go to Ibiza? Right? Okay, and so
Smart question.
And so you get a few brands to sponsor the trip. You collab with a hotel. They'll give you free accommodation. All the clubs, the nightclubs, the beach clubs. They'll let you go in for free, drink for free, and have fun and create content.
The barter system.
So, and then you bring some influencers. I bring, 3 guys I'm friends with. They've all got like huge followings. Then so you create content for each brand that, pays to sponsor the trip.
Gotcha,
You create content for the hotel, so, you get a free stay. And then you create content for, the clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
And so,
and then everybody involved also gets content too. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like a win-win.
It's a win-win for everyone, And that's like rule number 1 in business. Things have to be mutually beneficial, or else it just doesn't work, So it's brilliant, And I did the first trip in Ibiza there 2 weeks ago. It went so well. I'm still posting photos and videos of it. I just posted my Ibiza 2019 video there. Go watch it. So that is something that I'm branching off into.
Yeah.
I want to do more events and content creation trips, as they're a lot of fun. And,
absolutely,
great.
And I love that mindset around setting a goal and how to accomplish it. It's not just like, this is what I want, but start with, how can I accomplish it? Tie in an action to that goal, is what I'm trying to say. Because once you start thinking of the actions necessary to accomplish that, it makes the steps getting there, I think, more understandable.
Yep. And now, so as you said, with the other girls, so the one goal is obviously, biggest name in fitness. And then the other goal now with the creator agency,
Yeah.
I actually want to turn that into some VaynerMedia shit. Like I want to start getting signing influencers and artists and, doing these brand trips, doing events, just make it a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like really do everything with it, Like I love that name, the creator agency.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how I got that .com. It was like $20 on GoDaddy. I was like, how is no one taking this? So I want to do something huge with that.
That's
and
awesome,
like
man.
I see myself in maybe like 5 or 10 years, like in a big office in Dublin or London with the creator agency. I'm there in like my shirt, just like, we got Nike on the line here. We got to make this music video happen. We got to make it come alive.
Ballers Ireland
exactly.
edition.
Yeah. So I'll have someone vlogging the whole thing. Then I'll be like lifting in the gym. Then I'll be like, we got to go to Ibiza.
It'll probably be Max.
Yeah, it'll be Max.
It'll probably be Max.
Yeah. But like, so that's like a vision of mine.
That's
and
awesome,
I can see
man.
that happening.
We were talking about it earlier, man. Look at this excitement and passion of this guy.
I'm lolling at myself in my big office in London in a few years, like saying all this, because like probably will happen.
Hey, mark our words. Here it is, 2/14, July 11th, 2019.
There you go.
We'll put you on record, man.
Yeah, there
absolutely.
we go. And so, one thing I'm also going to do with the creator agency is again start running people's social media, because I find, especially in Ireland, anyways. I've worked with a lot of social marketing companies, and they're all very too corporate, and they don't understand. They'd be like giving me pre-written captions to post.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, my audience will hate
They'll
your
smell
company.
that from a mile away.
They'll smell from a mile away, and they're like, you'll make less sales. It's like, let the influencer, I hate that word influencer, I like content creator way better.
Yeah,
let the influencer do their own caption, fit it to their audience, maybe like, throw in a joke that your community gets, and people will bond more with the brand, and you'll make more sales. And all these companies are so corporate, and they're like, no, you need to include this. And it's just like, it's not natural, it's not organic, and it's kind of losing a bit of integrity. So that's one thing I think I can improve on in the social media marketing space.
Well, there's definitely a need for it, man. I think it's gotten better over the years, but where I think a lot of big corporations and bigger businesses are finally opening up and allowing themselves to get into the social media game and really look at it more so as like a business tool, not so much just what some teenager scrolls through all day. They need more people like that. Because there's power to be had in corporations. They clearly know what they're doing. They can reach great levels of success, but there's also power in someone like yourself and so many other people who do this for a profession. Like, it's like the grassroots meets, the corporations, and they need to come together more and more, because like we were saying earlier, what is the next thing? YouTube, Facebook, I think content creation and content collaboration is going to look different, because it's going to be a little bit of the old school, a lot more of the new school coming together to create this kind of new medium, and just really bridge gaps, bridge generations. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. And do you know what's actually kind of a funny example I have? I think it was like on Twitter, it was like KFC and like Burger King or something. They were like,
their Twitters are amazing. Wendy's has the best Twitter.
Wendy's,
that's so funny, dude.
That's the one, okay? It's like,
they're so sassy.
Yeah, I know, they're hilarious. And like, that's companies starting to be a bit more human.
That's not a 50-year-old man, a C-suite executive running their Twitter.
Exactly.
No, it's someone like, in the early 20s.
Yeah, who actually loves going on Twitter.
Yeah.
And so I think companies are catching on so much of that, and I think that's awesome. Look at us talking about Wendy's now.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your free promo.
Damn, you just blew my mind. They won.
I know,
Wendy's
man.
won.
I'm telling you, word of mouth isn't dead. People always go on about like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that, and it's like word of mouth is still very much alive.
Oh yeah. And you're always going to believe it more, I think.
Yeah. And so one thing with my online coaching that actually creates the most sales is testimonials, right? So like when you get someone who doesn't got 500,000 followers, who's just genuinely bought and used the service, it's a lot more believable, because sometimes when people see someone with like 1 million followers, they're like, they getting paid to say this.
Is this like a homie hookup kind of thing?
Yeah, they getting paid to say this. So, word of mouth is not dead, and like testimonials and stuff like that is really key for making sales.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah, and here, tell me, what's your number one goal? What's your North Star? Where do you see EVERFORWARD?
Oh my, how
going?
the turntables.
Yeah, now I am the interviewer.
How much pot did you smoke? Yeah, man, it's
we should do the Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, someone light up a joint.
We're in California.
That would make this go viral. Yeah, we need to do that.
I got some upstairs. Maybe we should have started with that.
Yeah. This
Men's right across the street.
We'd be in slow motion.
It's 3 hours long, guys. You said 2 words.
Yeah.
But no, not for us. But that's a good question, man. I appreciate you asking. Honestly, a little bit we're doing here. You know, the podcast platform for me has gone from just having a small little microphone, meeting people in hotel lobbies.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, everyone needs to go back and listen to that, because I think we talked about, he sweet talked his way into this like private ballroom.
Oh, yeah.
Like to the manager, and we were like, no, like 2 minutes. We were in there for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, if not more. Yeah. That's one thing I'm very good at. It's like persuasion. Like Linda can verify that. Like that's what the creator agency.
He's just so happy. He's not gonna lie to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm in good hands here. But yeah, even with like the creator agency negotiating brand deals and everything, I can sell. Sand to a camel. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's definitely
ice to an Eskimo.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, going from that to that little small setup, to this, my big goal is to we already actually have planned. I already announced that by the time this comes out, we're doing a live event. I want to take this live. I want to have. Honestly, I'm kind of modeling a little bit after, Lisa and Tom Bilyeu, the founders of Quest.
Oh, yeah, I love
Impact Theory.
I love it.
Growing something to where the message is outgrowing the medium, I guess, a little bit. Mm-hmm. I still love the podcast game, but I'm finding value in kind of capturing video, and I want to have a place. I want an experience outside of just two people talking that other people can be a part of on a grander scale. So I don't know if it's making my own show kind of thing or getting a studio, but some kind of like grander place to capture it all, and definitely like the live events, and having these like, it's called the Life Ever Forward Summit, coming in September. Yeah.
And you said you had an event in here. By the way, Chase's apartment complex, he is balling out. It is so
We got a
nice.
good deal.
I want to move here. It's crazy. But what was the event you had here?
So it was a local and online small business owner entrepreneur event. We had we just started really small. We got, I think it was like 25 or 30 plus people that I brought in. And then, like I said, this building and how they've marketed it, we brought out a lot of people who live here, are self-employed. They run their own podcast, their own blog, their own marketing agency. And I just love connecting people because it really helps my profession. But also, like you're saying, man, I love seeing the passion in people's eyes.
Yeah.
And if I can put people in a room together like this, or out in the beautiful pool, or that greenery, and then the growth from there happens, like that's success to me. Yeah,
like when I do these creator agency events, I always say it feels like it's my birthday.
Yeah,
like,
right.
It feels like it's my birthday, and everyone's having a great time. And like I hear stories of someone's like, "Yo, I went to your event months and months ago, and I networked at it. I met a business partner there, and it's like now the two of us are starting this business, and it's killing it." Yeah. I'm just like, "Whoa!" That makes me feel amazing.
It's amazing, but as a business, we need to figure out how to monetize that, because twice now I've had two companies, good friends of mine, good partners to the show. They are now actually, one guy's working with two other companies, my friends, and like they're making products, collaborating on products, and they're fucking killing it. They're like tens of thousands of dollars more. I'm like, yo, can I get like a referral fee or like a finder's fee? Or like, I mean, hell, at least send me more products.
But also, I want to do I love LA. Okay, I know a lot of people hate it. I love the place so much. You don't like it. I love it. Okay, and I want to do creator agency LA one day. It would make. I don't care if I don't even make any money on it. I would just feel amazing doing a creator agency event in LA. So anyone watching this podcast, you want to help me make it happen? Let's get in touch with me. Let me know what you think. But that would be dope. Yeah, and obviously would have your good self involved.
Cheers, thanks, man. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I always love talking to you, man, and I think it's so apparent. Anybody who has just found you or has been following you, you have a clear mission, and you've stated it multiple times, and it's very apparent in your content, but you're not blindsided by the potential and possibilities of other things along the way.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
While staying true to your mission. Yeah, absolutely. Dope, man. Well, by the time this comes out, we'll let the people connect the dots and figure out that magazine we were talking about. Congrats again, man. That's huge.
Thank you so much. It's been a childhood dream. Like it actually has. Since I first walked into the gym, I used to have pictures of like bodybuilders and Greg Plitt and C's up on my wall, literally. And for now, just me being in that position, it's just It blows my mind. I don't believe it. I actually don't believe it. So yeah, it's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
I can't believe it either, man. I can't believe that this is a day in the office for me.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
Thank you.
Floating pink flamingo out there. How pleasant.
Actually, I was telling Nunzio here, we were going to set up all the video. I was trying to set it up true to Rob, and I was like, let's try to make it like a pool party club scene. Yeah. We actually went out to one of the cabanas, and it was just too hot. It was too sunny, and I was like, I'm not trying to roast this guy.
Yeah.
So
those Irish aren't used to the heat. I would have melted. Yeah.
But it's been great connecting with you, man. I'm going to make sure we have the first interview link down below. This was back in 2017, but I think the episode was the first 40 or so. Just this week we hit over 200. Wow. It's amazing. Just to keep going, man.
That's crazy.
And I don't know if I asked you this last time. It might have been like a newer question. I always ask everybody at the end. You know me. You know Max. You know the EverForward brand and the mission. Yep. What does that mean to you, man? How does Rob Lipsett live a life EverForward?
Yeah. So I think that when I think of EverForward, I also think of the words relentless and resilient, right? So no matter what, keep going. No matter what hits you in the face, just take it on the chin, learn from it, just keep going EverForward. So that's what I think of when I hear the words EverForward.
Sure. And I love how you said, and there's no right or wrong answer to that question. People are, some people go like, just air quote here, happy-go-lucky kind of thing. Yeah. But I love how you incorporated. It's not a happy-go-lucky process. If you want to truly succeed, shit's gonna suck sometimes. You're gonna be at the bottom of the barrel, but the people who succeed are the ones who figure out, all right, how did I get here and how can I get out? How can I make sure this never happens again? Yeah,
you got to embrace the bad times. Like it's like your life's like a movie, okay? Yeah. And you're like the main star of it. You're the action hero, and the movie's gonna happen. There's a part where the hero goes through some shit.
The hero's journey, man.
And then he makes a comeback for the happy ending. That's it. You got to have the lows. Can't have the highs without the lows.
It's the greatest story, man. That hero's journey is so important.
Exactly. Yeah. So when I hear the words EverForward, I think resilience and being relentless and never giving up and always going EverForward. Yeah. That's what I think. First thing came in my head. Yeah.
Well, beautiful. You guys definitely, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Like I said, I'll have the first interview link down below for you guys. I think it was 30 or 40 something, which oddly enough is very weird. SoundCloud loved you.
Nice.
SoundCloud, the most streamed episode of ours, more than Christian, actually.
Nice. There you go.
But wherever you consume podcasts, you can find us, and of course here in the video as well. So, Rob, welcome to LA, man. Welcome back to the EverForward Radio.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much for having me on. Really appreciate it, bro.
It's been great. All right, cool
nice
deal.
Over and out.